Welcome to Creamer Media's Resources Watch, a weekly video roundup of the events and people making and shaping the news in the mining industry. This week, mining could drive reconstruction in Africa if it is managed correctly. South African mining needs more regulatory clarity and certainty, and crushing equipment company Pilot Crushtech celebrates 20 years. Africa, the richest continent when it comes to natural resources, is for the most part still heavily underdeveloped, owing to its inability to take advantage of its wealth. Coal of Africa Limited chairperson Richard Linnell said that this inability was primarily linked to the lack of progressive political policy and leadership across the continent, underpinned by past struggles for the country's resources from the West.
The state extracts a lot of rent from all these resource industries, and I think that should be really deployed to enhancing the quality of the people's lives, i.e. that the education goes up so they can look after themselves better, that they are more discriminating in the decisions they take, that they become more effective in themselves. And I think if that reinvestment will be much better than stadia or other non-enhancing investment. For the mining industry to be effective, we have to be good citizens. To be good citizens, we have to work with the regulatory authorities very effectively, which means there needs to be a level of trust on both sides, that we can trust them and they can trust us to perform well. So it's a collaborative situation that we're looking for, not a conflictual or controlling.
To restore confidence in South Africa as a mining investment destination, more clarity and certainty are needed in its regulatory processes.
Once we get some kind of regulatory certainty and we get that confidence back into the investments we want to make in the country, there's huge support for these projects, because those who are following the coke and coal and the commodity market generally and the coke and coal market and have an understanding of the fundamentals know that it's a very valuable product, and they know that this Mercado and the Mine Stewart are potentially world-class assets that are going to produce massive, significant returns for everybody. And so that's what's exciting about it. And I think the biggest negative I get when I've been interacting with our investment base is this lack of clarity and where we're going forward. Once we can get that confidence back, we'll certainly be able to raise whatever we need to raise to bring these mines, and they're going to be expensive mines. You know, this first phase is only going to produce 2 or 3 million tons. It's going to cost somewhere around $400+ million to build. So they're expensive mines, they're going to need capital, and we're going to need to raise it, a lot of that coming from offshore.
Pilot Crushtech, which has sold over 3,500 products since its establishment, recently celebrated its 20th anniversary with industry players at an open day at its premises in Jet Park, Johannesburg. Megan Waite reports.
With 20 years behind them, the company is now looking forward to expanding its divisions to reach other industries. Sandra Schiff tells us more.
We have become significant players in our industry. We've got a product line second to none. So our prospects hinge and revolve around those products. However, we're continuously adding new products. So our growth is probably in the short term definitely going to be organic. So we'll keep on growing the products, the product lines, the industries we're moving into. And then we've noticed or realized that Africa is a significant growth area. We're selling into most of Southern Africa already. We have a 3 or 4 strong sales force that focus entirely on Africa. That's their job, that's all they do. And the results are paying off. We've tied up with someone in Tanzania, and we're hoping to end up with ties in each country with somebody that will represent us. The biggest challenge at the moment in terms of growing our exports is the high cost of manufacturing in South Africa. It's a very worrying trend. I'm concerned about the future of manufacturing here, because it's really far too expensive to build stuff in South Africa.
For mining news as it breaks, stay logged on to miningweekly.com and register for our free daily newsletter.